If you've ever wondered why one side of your cook comes out more done than the other side, this video is going to answer that question. Today we're doing a bread test on the YS640s, one of the best ways to understand exactly how heat moves through your pellet smoker before loading up with that expensive cut of meat. So firstly, we're turning on the Yoder YS640 and pressing the start button to allow the pellets to start flowing. Once this is moving, set the temperature to 150 degrees Celsius. You want a temperature that's hot enough to toast the bread within 15 to 20 minutes, but not so aggressive that everything burns before you can see the difference between the spots. 150 degrees is a sweet spot for this. Once the smoker is up to temp, open her up and start placing slices of bread individually across the grate. Generally, we start from left to right, but you want to ensure that you get coverage across the front, the back, and the left and the right, ensuring that both the bottom and top shelf are covered. Each piece of bread is going to tell you something different about what's happening inside that specific part of the pit after the 15 to 20 minutes. Once you've loaded all your bread, simply close the lid. Remember, don't open it mid-cook, as this will impact the results. Right, so let's see what the Yoder is telling us. Opening the lid, you can immediately start to see the results. The left side of the bottom shelf, sitting closest to the firebox, is noticeably more brown than everything else. That's your hottest zone. As you move across the bottom shelf from left to right, so away from the firebox and towards the exhaust side, the browning progressively tapers off. The bread is still toasted, but the difference is clear. Moving up to the top shelf, the overall browning is lighter across the board compared to the bottom. The heat diffuser plate is doing its job, spreading the heat before it rises, which means the shelf runs cooler and more evenly than the bottom. This makes the top shelf ideal for anything you want to cook more gently or for resting or holding food at temp, while the bottom shelf handles the primary cook. So what does that mean for you? This now gives you a guide on where to place your meats when cooking. This is the power of the bread test. It takes the guesswork out of your cook before you spend 12 hours on something. Every pellet smoker has hot spots. Knowing where yours are is what separates a good cook from a great one. Stay tuned for more from BBQ Republic.